What's up, wonderful D? Sorry, I was watching Run, forgot I'd hit the live button. My bad. I like you just saying Happy Canada Day now. You don't have the emote to do it, so you have to just say it. I love it. How you doing, Mega Man? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, that's funny. I was totally just watching Run 7 play a game. I was not paying attention whatsoever. Good job, Dan. Good job. All right, let's open that. Here. Sounds about right. Brian sounds like he's losing his mind over there. Love it. I thought you turn it off for our rating, so I'll just type it up. Fair enough. Yes, it's not that I turn it off; it's that I'm using a different program. So for doing this, I use Restream, which is essentially like Zoom, kind of. And it's a little bit easier to manage having multiple guests on. I hate doing the guest thing through Discord. I find that so annoying. Yeah, it looks awful. What is the actual game? How long do you think he's gonna play that for before he decides to come join us? You ready to talk some Avatar or delaying, postponing it? No, postponing it. Okay. Yeah, I told Will to just give me a minute. I'm gonna try and record a little game with Brian first, and then we can bring him in. Although if Brian's gonna be a minute, maybe we bring Will in first. I'm super curious what it is. Deepest Soul. All right, we are. I did knock. Boop. 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 Fuck you in your background.
I thought you'd like that.
I threw you a bone with the Avatar thumbnail, but
oh, that's nothing. I have piles of stuff for this one.
Interesting. All right. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
What was that game you were just playing?
That was called Deepest Sword. It's free on Steam. And it's like 5 levels long, and I can't get past the 3rd level.
Okay.
It's a rage bait game for sure. And I hate that my son showed it to me because I want it's 5 levels, right? It's just 5 levels. Why can't I beat it? It's terrible.
Do you want to join the chat?
Didn't I? Oh, I thought I did. Why is it? Oh, it's sending me to some weird thing first. That's weird.
Dan's sound is in a tunnel?
Hold on. Do you got me muted on your side?
It says shared chat. I am muting myself.
There. Okay. Got it. I got it all muted. I muted you. I muted my mic. Okay. Everything's fine. It's just they changed, they updated it, and it's all weird now. And I had to click through some weird Windows stuff to get to the right thing. Whatever. We're here. We got it. Chat is shared. We're in it. We're doing it.
All right. Sounds good. I told Will to wait a second. I have a quick little game I can run through with you, and then I can run through with him if you're good with that. I know you guys are killing time, and I apologize for being late to the party. Late to my own party, as it were. But yeah, just give me a second. Can people hear both of us okay?
Why is he echoing? He should not be echoing. Nobody should be echoing. I've got all the other sound sources muted, so it should be good.
Obviously I'm not echoing on my end, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Dan's echoing and Run is quiet. Why is Dan echoing and Run quiet, I wonder?
I'm not always that quiet, guys. I'm really not.
I have a feeling you're gonna be loud during this one, actually. I've got myself muted on Twitch, so I shouldn't be coming through yours twice, theoretically, unless I'm not muted on your... No, because I've muted myself, so that doesn't make sense.
And you guys could try jumping over to mine, or I think Will's going to jump in on this one also. Will said he was going to stream.
He is. I just told him to wait a minute because I wanted to get a game in with you, but I want to make sure the sound is decent before we... I mean, I think it sounds okay on my end, so it probably is fine, but that's a little bit... There we go. All right. Fine on Dan's stream. Good enough. Love it. Because I'm going to be the one to take the game from, so that works.
Yeah.
All right. You good to go?
Yes.
Okay. Curious.
Well, right. I don't know what game we're playing, so I have no idea.
Same as last week. I'm going to give you 10 photos based off of Avatar, and you have to tell me what movie they're from. So these are actually all going to be with a tree theme, since it's of course
tree theme
dealing with the tree of life.
So we're doing because Avatar. Okay,
you do sound a little quiet on mine. I don't. That's like my stream says you should be the right length. I wonder if I turned something down with my audio settings or something. Oh, I have my system turned down. Can you talk now?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Yeah. Okay. It was just my ears, like just my headphones that I turned down, not the actual stream, but
okay. And I turned up Dan's voice on my stream, so you guys should be hearing him a little bit louder now too.
Cool. Okay. Hey everybody, this week on our rating, we are taking a look at Avatar. So I'm going to show Brian 10 different pictures of trees, movie scenes with trees in them. That's what it is. Hey everybody, this week on get out of here, Will. I told you not to come till I told you. Goodbye.
Booted.
Go away. There he goes. All right, everybody. This week on our rating, we're taking a look at Avatar. So I am showing Brian 10 different movie pictures or movie scenes with trees in them to see if he can guess them. You can guess or pass. Brian, you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Movie number 1. What's that from?
Home Alone 2.
That is Home Alone 2. What about movie number 2?
The Conjuring, the first one.
That is correct. Movie number 3.
Pass.
Really? Okay. Movie number 4.
That's Star Wars, the third movie. The Empire Strikes Back.
Next one.
Return of the Jedi. There we go.
There it is.
It's the Ewoks, damn it.
It is the Ewoks.
Okay, that's the ants from one of the Lord of the Rings. I'm going to go with a second Lord of the Rings.
It is the second Lord of the Rings.
Okay. That's... Oh, I got to pass, but I did remember what that other movie was that I passed on. That was Mad Max Fury Road or Furiosa.
That's the one.
And then that's Forrest Gump, one of my favorite movies of all time.
I figured that'd be a shoe-in for you.
Oh, Back to the Future.
That's correct. You're flying through these.
And that is Shawshank Redemption.
Very nice. Last one.
Guardians of the Galaxy number 2.
Correct. I think you only missed this one. Can you grab it on the second try?
I know this movie. I can't remember the name of it though. It's like a labyrinth or something like that. No, is it Labyrinth?
Labyrinth. There it is.
Pan's Labyrinth. That's it. I've never seen the movie, but I recognize the tree from it.
Well done. Well done. I forgot to set a timer, but we're going to pretend that was all in 1 minute. Good job.
Okay.
All right.
When
now
we
let's
edit it
bring
down,
up.
it'll be 60 seconds for sure.
I gotta get down to 90 seconds or else it's really tricky. So the last time we did that, apparently I didn't set a timer or something. So
Yeah.
I got like half of what our thing was, and then the video editing was just like, nope, you're done. I'm like, so that's why I have one of Bubba and Will, but not one of you from last week.
I see. Okay.
All right, let's grab
you get Will in here
Agent of
now?
the Clean. Yeah, we'll go grab him.
Yeah, when I saw Furiosa, that frame from Furiosa, let me know when he's in because I don't want to say words. When I saw Furiosa picture, I didn't see the dude at the base of that tree, and I was thinking that looks like the bottom of the well from Goonies, but it has a tree in it. And then I noticed the guy's leg, and I was after you clicked away, and I was like, oh, I know what that is.
So I didn't realize, like I knew that I picked a couple that we'd done on our rating, which I'm fine with, but I didn't realize I put all three of them back to back to back. I'm like, ooh, okay. So be it. Yeah, the games have been doing a little bit better for me than some of the just random snippets. So it's one of those like, okay, let's make sure we're doing at least one or two of those a week. So most important tree is this Christmas tree on the channel. There it is. Yeah, Portland RoboCop. How you doing, buddy? Unfortunately, we don't have the Christmas tree redemption during Thursday nights because we use a different program. We're not using OBS. We're using Restream, so most of my redemptions don't work, but it's still there. It's waiting for us. This year, last year I did a Christmas subathon where people could, help decorate my tree and draw funny things on ornaments and whatnot. This year, we're taking it a step further. Not only can you do that, but also I've got a white Mongoli shirt behind me, and you can tell me what to write on it. And then in January, I'll wear it for my first ever IRL stream to go out in public and do something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't figured it out, but we've already got a couple of different things on there. So it'll be interesting to see what you have by the time it gets to January. How you doing, Will?
I'm doing all right. Question for you, Brian.
Yeah.
When you are streaming the Restream, do you just do like a browser source for it or something for the Restream window?
So all I do is I maximize the window on my main monitor that I would be showcasing the game and I would normally be overlaid. Then I hide my video capture device of myself and just allow the virtual camera window that Dan already has up there. See, See, like I'd normally be like this.
I see.
This is just my monitor behind me.
I see. Right. Okay, so I have to do this. Copy this. I see. So I turn that off and then go to my game screen and then just okay.
There you go.
That's looking good.
All right.
Well, it looks good on my side. I don't know. Maybe on your stream, there's
it looks good on mine, and mine's, no offense, the one that matters. So.
No, yeah. You're fine. You're fine that way. That makes sense. I've never. Oh, hey, Monguli, question for you. Have you ever been to or heard of Jungle Jim's restaurant?
I've never heard of it.
Classic. Okay, even in Canada, nobody knows what it is. It's so funny. It's a Newfoundland chain, but
never
we have one. I know, but we have one in Alberta, and so I went to
Alberta.
I know, but it's like so far compared to Ontario. I just wondered, but yeah, that's fair.
You don't have Taco Bell, though, do you?
In Halifax, we don't. We have one in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was my go-to. It's just one of those weird, like,
in a mall for some reason. Oh shit! Did you request a pair up, a matchup?
Yeah. Sorry, then we can share chat wherever that is.
I don't know how to do this shit. I never do this shit.
It's all good. Here, I'll send another one. Knocking.
Oh, accept.
And then you'll want to be sure to mute your microphone and his sound. Yeah, mute everything. Right. We just want the chat to be shared is all we're going to do.
Yeah.
All right. Microphone access denied. Notify my followers that I'm live. They already know, so they don't need that. You guys are muted. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. And then I just have to do this. What do I want to do here? All right, sorry. Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How you doing? All right, Brian ran through our quick little game. I will
Annihilation.
2 weeks in a row. Why not?
Oh damn! Guess Annihilation. I get it.
All right.
Hillary, you need to just wear oven mitts everywhere you go. Just wear oven mitts from now on. Quit breaking nails.
Oh, Ultimate Chaos hasn't seen the Jungle Gyms either. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I think the Jungle Gyms is in like the West Edmonton Mall, so maybe it's like a specialty thing. I don't know.
All right. Brian, I'm going to just mute you for a second. You've already played, so it doesn't matter if you see what
Sounds
Will
good.
does.
Roger that.
And then
Time to get... Oh,
Will, just so
Yes.
you know, this one for this week, because we're talking about Avatar, we're going to be looking at scenes based around a tree.
oh
Tree
my
of Life.
good Lord.
We're going with this one.
I
think
damn
this one
it,
is
that was
easier
my
than-
only guess. That was my only guess was Tree of Life.
I think this one's easier than last week. I asked some coworkers. Brian flew through it, so we'll see how you do. No pressure. I'm just saying. I tried to learn from last week because there's a couple last week where all of you were just like, "What the frick?" And I'm like, "Okay, fair enough. Nobody's a Hot Potter fan. Good to know."
To be fair, I will always be what the frick, but it's not you, it's me.
Fair. All right, everybody. This week on our rating, we're taking a look at Avatar. So I have 10 different movies where we have a scene with a tree in them. We're going to see how many Will can get. You can guess or pass. Are you ready to go, sir?
I'm ready to pass, sir.
All right. First movie. Can you guess what this is?
Home Alone 2.
That is correct. What about movie number 2?
We did this movie, right? This is the first Conjuring.
This is the first Conjuring. Well done. We did this. Well,
I recognize this because I'm a big fan. This must be Mad Max Fury Road. Wait. No, it isn't. He's growing out of the tree, which means it's the new one. What's her name?
yep.
Furiosa Saga. Mad Max
Sure.
story.
Yeah, we'll give
Whatever
it to
the
you.
title is. What is this? Oh my goodness. I've got 2 guesses.
Throw them out. Come on. Speed. You're
Oh,
on
yeah,
timer.
right. My first guess is Hook.
Nope.
Okay, my second guess is Robin Hood.
Also, no.
Oh, what is it? Pass.
Pass it is.
Ah, you can't tell me. This
I'll
has
tell you
got to be one of the many Lord of the Rings. I don't know which one.
I'll give it to you.
Pan's Labyrinth.
That's correct. 15 seconds on the clock.
Oh, I know it, but I don't know it. Pass.
All right.
This is Back to the Future.
This is Back to the Future. 3 seconds. Can you get it in 3?
Ah, Road to Perdition.
1.
No, I don't know what it is. Shoot, I recognize it too. What is it?
Nicely done. All right. So we had
The timer killing me, man. You're killing me.
Star Wars, Return of the Jedi,
Oh, okay. This is a little Ewok village or something stupid.
Little Ewok Village, and then
Yeah,
this
okay.
one, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, of course. He's got the braces on and everything. Damn it.
You get this one? You see this?
Yeah. That was Back to the Future. It's this one I missed. Wow, I recognize it. I don't know what it is.
That's Shawshank Redemption.
Ah, of course. Morgan Freeman. Dang. Oh, we didn't even get to Groot in Guardians 2.
Guardians 2. Nice. Nice.
Shoot. I didn't even make it through all 10.
You spent a lot of time on the Ewok one, unfortunately. I was like,
I forgot about the timer. That's all good.
I was saying to Brian, I knew that I was doing a couple that we'd already done. I did not realize until Brian was doing them that I put them back to back to back. I'm like, ooh,
oh,
okay.
that's funny. That's funny.
Because like the first 3 we've done. So
right. That was good.
Actually,
That's a good one.
Most of these are franchises.
Aside from Furiosa, every single one of those I recognized instantly, but couldn't draw the title of the.
I could recognize, I recognize, but I kind of couldn't. Did you ace it though, Run, or what?
I ended up getting all of them, but I was pretty sloppy on some, and we're not really sure how that's going to come out in the edit.
Right. Okay, fair.
What the heck is going on?
My memory
I also
is just
forgot
not
to set the
as good as
timer
it
for
used to be.
runs, so he had
Yeah,
more
we
time.
think
We'll
I
see
might
how
have
much
had
time he
90
has at the end.
seconds instead of 60.
Disqualified.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
disqualify me. I was the one that fucked up, not Brian. Brian's fine.
Yeah.
I'm the one who can't run my own games.
That's funny.
All right. Sorry I was a little bit late getting here. We are starting later than I would have liked, but I appreciate you all being here. And you're playing what, Arc Raiders?
I was playing some Arc Raiders, getting my face handed to my ass. But that's the way it goes.
Yep. I haven't seen the game, but it looks really interesting solo, and it looks really tough in groups. Is that accurate?
Yes, solo can be just as horrible, but there are times in solo matches that people are like just so kind and like want to work together to accomplish something like destroying big robots and stuff, which is super fun.
Yeah, that sounds good. And Brian, you were playing a miserable looking game, it looked like.
Yeah, as a platformer, I picked the worst platformers. Yeah, it was called Deepest Sword. I was just.
Were you still playing that?
Yeah, I went back to it because I hadn't passed level 3. There's only my son says there's only 5 levels in the whole game.
Oh, you're halfway through.
And I wanted to see if I could finish it. I still couldn't get past that 3rd level. And the jokes that the dragon makes about the length of your sword are hilarious to me, and I just want to get to more of that.
It looks interesting for sure.
It looks miserable, and also I kind of want to try it.
Yeah, 100%.
Deepest Sword?
Deepest Sword.
I knew it too. I called it right off the start. I said, that sounds a little sexual. And then the dragon's all in. Well, wants it all in.
You don't say.
So funny.
Deepest Sword. I did finally try that You versus You game. That's pretty fun.
Did you do the demo? I don't know if the full game.
I just did the demo. It's not out yet, but it's interesting. I don't know that it's one like I'm excited to give it a try, but I could also see it getting like hair pullingly frustrating really quick. You know,
that game could use a little bit more polish, in my opinion, but it has the bones of a good little puzzle solver.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we are running a bit late. It is 9:30. We want to jump into this?
Yeah, we can jump in.
Run is still very low, and Dan and Will have that tunnel echoey sound. It's better on Dan stream. Yeah, come on over to Dan stream. Jeez, what are you guys doing?
Go to Dan.
Why it sounds weird on other guys' streams though? Because it usually
everything sounds amazing to me, and I'm looking at all my audio levels, and they're coming through like they're supposed to. So I don't know what's wrong with your guys's.
I mean, I joked about it before, but realistically, I hope that my stream is the one that's doing well because that's the one that I take and use for editing purposes.
That's where the source is. Yeah,
fingers
crossed.
What
matters. That's what matters.
But if anybody's on my stream and sound is not good, please let me know. Not you, Emma. We don't trust you, but for others, that'd be great.
Hey, at least you know. At least you know.
All right.
Knowing who not to trust is just as important as knowing who to trust.
I know why this isn't sounding right.
Blame Brian.
Hold on a second. Where do I send this to? Game.
Oh,
sound effects input. Speakers, headphones, browser is where I want that to go. Okay, that might help. And then I don't know if that's going to sound any better or worse or what. But it should be going to one source now.
I think that got clearer on my end.
I hope so. Because I was using Firefox the other day, and it started acting really weird, and it would like hiccup and wiggle and expand things and just do all kinds of weird stuff, and I couldn't make it stop. And so finally I just quit and I imported all my bookmarks over to Chrome, and I've been using Chrome ever since. It's been working really smooth and worked really well for the watch party also, because it's like one click fixes the issues with that on Chrome. So nice. I'm now a Chrome guy. But since I switched over to Chrome, I didn't set up the audio on Wavelength, but it's all good. Yeah, she says it's all good now. Cross the bar. Awesome. That's much better. Sorry. My bad.
I'm glad we were able to fix that. That's awesome.
Everybody on my stream, go to their streams so that it sounds good for you.
Sounds same as normal. Poor Emma.
I don't know what's going on in my stream. I barely know why I'm live, so just so you gotta try it.
What is the third Avatar movie? I know it's not even out yet. Is it Fire and Ash?
Fire and Ash.
Yeah, sure.
Will's invested, as you can tell. All right. You guys ready for a bloodbath? I think this is going to be an interesting one or a painful one. We'll see.
You know what? I'm here to teach everyone. We'll just get into it.
Oh,
I'm excited I'm just excited to hear what y'all have to say as usual.
Yeah.
Although this is weird because usually I have the thing I wrote right in front of me. Now it has to be beside me. It's going to be weird that I'm looking this way. Who cares? Avatar 2009. In a distant future, after squandering their own resources, humans plan on ravaging a distant planet for their super mineral known as unobtainium. Certainly it should be as easy to obtain as the name implies, and nothing bad could happen when you're literally trying to open a planet named Pandora.
Nice. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Our Rating, the show where I get together with a couple of my buddies. We take a movie franchise, break it down by movie, give it an overall score, and throw it up on the board to see where it lands compared to the other movie franchises. As always, I'm joined by Brian and Will. Brian, how are you doing this week?
I'm great, Dan. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm very curious to get into this one with you guys. How about you, Will? How are you doing this week?
I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. Now, I'm going to ask the question I always ask, which is, how did you guys come to this movie? But a little bit behind the curtain, this is a movie I kind of had to twist these guys' arms into watching. The new movie, Fire and Ash, is coming out in a couple of weeks. I wanted to make sure that we were ready for this one. And yeah, this is the first time that I think I've got pushback on a movie franchise. So, Brian, how did you come to Avatar?
You know what? I was told that this was going to be the greatest movie ever, so naturally I lined up to go see it in theaters, 3D glasses in hand, and then I have never seen it since. And then you guys made me rewatch it. So you know what? Paid attention this time and took notes.
Hey! Took a year and a half, but we got there. What about you, Will? How was your Avatar experience?
Fairly similar. I mean, now I live on Pandora, as you can see, and I brew my own avatars, but similar experience. I saw the movie in theaters because it was a big hit. And, I was told this is a movie you have to see in theaters. And I think that was an accurate statement at the time. But I had zero urge to ever see this movie again. And I still have zero urge to ever see this movie again.
Excellent.
Again.
Excellent. Yeah, so for me, very similar, at least to start, where my brother-in-law talked this movie up, and he's like, you have to go see it. You have to see it in 3D. The 3D is incredible in this movie. And me and my wife went, and it was. The 3D in the theater was really solid in this movie. This was around the time when 3D was just starting to get big, I think for the second or maybe third time. And there was a lot of really ham-fisted 3D that looked awful in movies. And this one legitimately looked really nice. That being said, I think I've seen it once at home between now and then. So this is my third time viewing. It might be my fourth, but I think it's my third time. Definitely a bigger fan than the other two, but we'll have to discuss exactly here and why over the next, I guess, 40 minutes.
Well, I'll give you one good reason why. If you can't tell by my background, this story has been tried again and again and again. And I think that Avatar did one of the worst jobs of telling this type of story. Just for instance, I just want to show you, I made a list of just some movies off the top of my head. I wrote these down, movies that deal with the same themes. That is, an outside intruder comes in for their land or whatever, and an outsider rallies the troops to defend the homeland, okay? Similar themes to this. We got Pocahontas, Fern Gully, Dances with Wolves, The Last Samurai, Last of the Mohicans, Lawrence of Arabia, A Man Called Horse, The Lorax, Wind Talkers, District 9, Battle for Terra, The Abyss, How to Train Your Dragon, Braveheart. Even Red Dawn has a bunch of kids defending the homeland. This story has been told over and over and over again, and the reason I don't like it in Avatar is because they hide a lot of failures in writing a good story with this over-the-top CGI.
I mean, I have to hear your list a little bit slower again. I feel like it started off as like a 1-for-1, and then it got like real in the weeds. Like, sorry, can you connect How to Train Your Dragon to this one again for me?
He has to get his friends together to defend their homeland.
Okay, so we're just going with defense. Like any movie that has defense in it is like Avatar.
Not just that, but I mean, How to Train Your Dragon was a more silly one, but it is
okay.
Still,
I was gonna say, like, I don't
feel
quite
a connection there, right? Like even Red Dawn seems a little bit silly with the Russians attacking or the North Koreans, whichever version you want to go with, right? But the simple thing, like Dances with Wolves or Pocahontas or Fern Gully, are
Last Samurai too.
Yeah, are excellent portrayals of this same exact story, almost a 1-to-1. Well, not Pocahontas. Pocahontas was an absolute disaster because that is not what happened to Pocahontas, and I don't like that. But aside from that, the stories, this is a story that has been told again and again and again. And I think the thing that bothers me the most about Avatar is how successful it was. That's what bothers me about it.
I mean, it's hard to bet against James Cameron. Like,
Right.
He's done many things where people are like, oh, I can't believe he did. Even Titanic. When Titanic was first announced, people were super against it. Like, why would you spend that amount of money on a movie? We all know what the story is. Like, that's ridiculous. And of course, obviously, it broke box office records. It was one of the most successful. It was the most successful movie of the 90s. And you know what?
It was a good story. Had good characters in it.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, James Cameron, when he does something, people pay attention.
Absolutely. So why did he let this happen with such horrible writing, with such hollow characters? I'll just step back. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
He's coming in hot. He's coming in hot.
He is coming in pretty hot. It's interesting because you hear this movie specifically as being like, oh, it's a retelling, it's a rehash. This is something Hollywood's been doing for decades. Like, this is not new, but for some reason, this movie gets the brunt of the ire for it. And other movies that are also successful, that are also rehashes of familiar stories, completely get a pass, when it's kind of the same thing, where you're just taking a well-known story and giving it to a different audience. I'm going to use Hamlet becoming the Lion King. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much the same thing. You're taking a story that everybody kind of knows, at least a little bit, rehashing it, changing it up a little bit, but it's the same thing. And yet people think of that as like a massive classic. They don't, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Avatar is a classic. I am not defending it that hard. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know why this one gets that much hate.
I'm okay with it being this story. It's just that this movie was so incredibly successful at the box office, and I never thought to compare, hey, how much did this movie make and how much did this movie cost? Maybe that would bring it down on the list of success. I don't know. But this movie was a huge success at the box office, and it bothers me that people think that it's the greatest version of this tale ever told, because it's not. It just has a lot of window dressing.
I don't disagree with you there, Brian. I do believe this movie rides and dies on the special effects that it brought to the table. And don't get me wrong, it did that amazingly well. And justifiably, like, it should be held up for those aspects.
Yeah.
But on the other end, I do also believe that the story and character work in this are a travesty. And like you said, you listed, a half a dozen movies that have the same story, and you can bring this right back to basic writing of, there's only ever 7 kinds of stories you can tell, but look at this world that we've created with infinite amounts of stories from those 7 core ideas. And so I don't think that this specific story is played necessarily, but it feels played in Avatar. And that is my major reason why I only ever watched it once, because it was on the big screen. It was worth watching on the big screen. I don't regret watching it in 3D in 2009 in the theater. I thought, oh, wow, this is a dazzling spectacle of a movie. It was made to be a spectacle. It wasn't made to be a deep story-driven character arc masterpiece. And I think James Cameron knew it. I think he was like, you know what? We're going hard in this direction. This is what's going to sell this movie. Let's do it. The writing, whatever, we'll get through it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Will, you have not seen the second movie, Way of Water. Is that correct?
If I had my choice, I would never see it.
Just yes or no. Just yes or no. It's fine. It's fine. Brian, have you seen the second movie?
Yes, I've seen the second movie.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure I know.
Will, you were correct in your assumption.
Okay, so what if, and I'm not saying it does, but what if this movie is the jumping off point? Because like he wants to make like 8 of these.
Yeah.
If this movie was a jumping off point to make a bigger universe, and the universe turned into something interesting, would that give it a bit of a pass? I'm not saying it does.
No.
We'll discuss Way of Water next week.
For sure. So even in that way, I think about the movie itself in the world building, and I actually wasn't happy with that either. Because if you listen to the military guy, he's like, this is the most dangerous place on Earth, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's just Earth with animals that have an additional set of legs on the front quarters, and they're bigger. But like, they're not that impressive. They just, they're scary because they're big and you're a human and you're small. Aside from that, they all are just like kind of regular, except for maybe the flying things that are like pterodactyls, but like, we've seen that too. So the world, aside from like the colorfulness of it and, everything glowing and everything that made the 3D pop, the vibrancy of it, that was cool, but it wasn't enough world building for me. And so that doesn't give me hope for the next ones to be able to do that either. Even though, does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It was just had to ask. I will go for sure. One quick second. So I'm looking at the top box office. Avatar is the #1 movie, according to this. And James Cameron has, if I'm not mistaken, 3 of the top 5.
Yeah, he's
highest grossing movies of all time. So, like, I get what you're saying. The success of this movie definitely outshines the quality of this movie. I'm not going to deny that at all.
Well,
I just don't necessarily have the vitriol for this movie that you guys do.
Let's be a little more clear, because I don't want to say that this movie is terrible through and through. This movie has great quality points. And like Will said, Cameron leaned into it. He's like, hey, we're going for the look of this thing. And we're going to just pop your eyeballs out of your skull. And he did that, just like Will. I saw it in theaters with the 3D glasses, and it was amazing, right? They created technology to make this movie pop more than anything else. It led the way and changed the way film is made, especially in the 3D department. The mocap stuff that they did with the characters was just unreal. The behind-the-scenes stuff is very interesting. A lot of work put into that. As far as the storytelling and characters, that's what brings it down. But I'm just kind of curious, how much do they spend on this, Dan? How much do they spend on it compared to how much it made? And what does that compare to other movies? Because
comparing it to other movies will be a bit tough to do on the fly.
Yeah,
right. But
this movie cost about $237 million.
Okay, that's not as much as I thought it was.
$2.9 billion.
Okay, so it's #1 on both fronts. It doesn't matter. It just blew it away.
Oh yeah.
Well, so the budget, the budget is high for sure.
But compared to the
new
take
Indiana
is
Jones, the new Indiana Jones was like $350 million. Okay. And it does not look anywhere close to this good.
Right.
I think there's a lot of elements into that though as well.
Oh, for sure.
The cost of CGI has gone through the roof since 2009, and all these other things that have skewed those numbers.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because a lot of CGI from that past still holds up quite well. And I noticed that in this movie, even not on a huge IMAX screen in 3D, it still looks really good.
Yeah.
And there's other movies that came out yesterday that don't look as good. Right. Yeah. So
there was a couple of scenes. Sorry, did I just step on you? Are you good?
No, go ahead.
Okay. There's a couple of scenes that I was like, oh, that does not look very good. Like I don't know how to call them, the black dogs, the little hyena looking things were awful looking. And the one scene where he gets separated from his crew and gets like hunted by a hammerhead rhinoceros. I don't know what you want to call that. Like that looked so incredibly flat. Like everything about that scene looked awful. But then there's a lot of other scenes where I'm like, this looks pretty good for almost 20 years later. Like a lot of this movie held up. I won't say all of it did from a visual perspective. But a lot of it did, and I was pretty happy with the look of this. I was watching this on my 65-inch OLED, and then I've got like the LED lights around the rim of it that like react to what you're seeing. So it's like with a movie this colorful and this pretty, like it was just kind of lighting up the room, and I was like, "This is all right. I'm good with this."
And that's what gets you through the movie. It's
like you're not wrong. Like this is the definition of a popcorn flick. Like you 100%. Do just kind of turn your brain off and go with it. Now, the one thing, as I said, I think this is my 3rd time going through it, possibly 4th. This was the first time that I really felt the length of this movie. This is 3 hours or just shy of 3 hours.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know exactly what I would cut because I do like most of the scenes where he's like learning about the world and figuring out the animals and whatnot. Like those don't bother me, but at the same time, there was a point where I paused the movie to go to the bathroom. I'm like, holy crap, there's still an hour and 40 to go. Like, what? There's a whole other movie to go, and I've already finished a movie.
Yeah. It's long. It is long. Again, and for such a relatively well-known kind of simple story. I mean, it's not simple, but like you can get through it a little quicker.
Sure.
I don't know what they would cut out though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
The things that slowed down for me were when they were having one-on-one, especially with human interactions, not the Wanabi or whatever the creature. Let me get
Navi.
Navi. Okay, Navi. I'll try and get that right from now on. Sorry, I just don't want to commit that to memory. So the Navi are talking. Those seemed fairly interesting, and those characters had heart, and they cared about their land, and they had emotion, and they showed it, and everything. Pretty one-dimensional characters still. When the humans were talking at the human base, and they were especially, oh my god, the commander Scarface, whatever his name is, he was the most hollow, just on the nose character I have seen in ages. And every time he opened his mouth, I was rolling my eyes. Every time somebody's like, yeah, fire another missile as they drink from their coffee cup, I'm like, this is so cliche. And I just wanted those sequences to be over, but you couldn't cut those because that's the part of the movie that's progressing the antagonist.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because we all love, those 80 action flicks like Predator and Terminator that have characters just like him.
Yeah.
But he's so in the 80s in this movie and they just don't mesh at all.
Exactly.
At all. It's so funny.
I think when you're watching Predator, like we're all older, there's a bit of nostalgia that goes with it. So you're seeing characters like that who were, I don't know, maybe a little bit fresher back then, or you were younger when you were watching them, something like that. So you give them a little bit more of a pass. But when you're watching this, like we're all adults when this came out, it's like, oh, that just doesn't quite jive as well. I did like his look. I'll give him that. Like the military guy with the giant scars on his face.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have an issue with that, but I do agree. Pretty much every line out of his face was just the most stereotypical rah, I'm an evil you can be, without straight up saying like I'm evil. But it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think the difference is like you watch Schwarzenegger in Predator 1. He has eye-rolling, terrible lines in that movie also, but for some reason, when he throws the knife into the guy's chest and says, stick around, I'm laughing and thinking that's great. I don't know why, but everything this guy in the movie said it just frustrated me. And I really do think it's a bias because I see the poor quality storytelling and character building in this film, and I compare that to how much it grossed at the box office. And I'm just like, hey, humans, we have to stop going and watching bad movies. We have to stand up and say, no, we want quality storytelling, not just glitter and effects.
I've ranted about that all too many times, so I'm glad you took that for me, Brian.
I know. This is
Brian, can you remind us about your Jurassic World score? I think the difference between Arnold and Stephen Lang in this movie is Arnold is doing it with a smile on his face. No, like he's winking at the camera, essentially. Like he's doing it and you're in on the
charisma. Joke. Yeah.
Right. Like Stephen Lang is doing it and he's trying to pull it off like he is a real person in the real world. And you're just like, no, you're a cartoon, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. It's a tricky one, but it didn't hit for me either.
No.
And there's a lot of great actors in this movie, but the writing and the characters themselves just didn't lend to any of them. I didn't feel any of them. I didn't care about really anybody. Maybe the Navi more than anybody because, they're the victims and they are of peace and balance and everything good, like indigenous people. So that's easier to feel good about. But on the other hand, again, I feel like because of the lazy writing and storytelling, they even F that up because this white guy saves the day, this whole tribe, right? And near the end of the movie where he's like, I see you, and they say that because they're connected or whatever, he doesn't even pay the respects after going through months of learning their culture and becoming one of the Navi people. He doesn't even say it in the Navi tongue. He says it in English. This whole movie should have gone from English to Navi. For the lead character, he should have just been speaking Navi by the end because he obviously does not agree with what the humans are doing. He is fully committed himself to the Navi. Why isn't he not speaking Navi?
I can tell you why.
Because
I can
audiences are lazy.
Because subtitles would take your eyes away from the special effects.
But there are subtitles throughout the movie anyway.
A little bit, but I'm with you, Will. I think that would have shown true cultural adaptation to this white guy.
Yep.
and instead
and let the Na'vi people. Well, it's not even the Na'vi people. In the end, it was the planet that saved the day, which is weird in itself, but whatever. But he led the charge, and he got to like ride the flying beast that only rare people could ride. Like, oh, it just bothered me that he had to be the one. It couldn't have been the Na'vi that figured it out a way to, turn the tide. He asked the planet to help, not the Na'vi. Like, it was just.
Well, the Na'vi even told him that won't work.
Exactly.
Like the Na'vi was like, "No, that's not how this works, man. You can't do that." And he's like, "Oh, I gotta try." And it doesn't.
So
and you're like,
I hated all of it.
The planet gave him the nod by putting those little floating dust fairies on his shoulder and staying her hand when she was going to shoot him with the arrow. The planet was like, no, I want this white dude to save everybody. I don't know why. I don't know why it should have been him. Why couldn't it have been her? Huh?
they didn't really explain anything about what was special about him or what he brought to the table that they didn't. I guess some knowledge of the humans, like knowing what parts of the machines to take down.
He didn't broker a peace treaty or anything. He
didn't even try.
He's like, I'm going to get laid and then I'll let her know. Because it was all pillow talk. and that's really what it was. And then the tree gets blown up. Everybody's dying. And he's like, all right, well, let's go to war. Like, why it should have been her? She's on the poster, for crying out loud.
Well, yeah, if you've got Zoe Saldana, you put her on the poster.
Well, kind of.
Sort of. Yeah. Sure. There was no real point where anybody on the human side was listening to peace talks. Like both Giovanni Ribisi and Stephen Lang were like, Stephen Lang was out for blood to begin with. He wanted to kill them more than he wanted the resources.
Yeah, one note. Yeah, 100%.
Right. And you had the boss character who was super one-dimensional. He comes in, he says, this is unobtainium. We're going after this. I don't care about anything else. And so you're like, yeah, okay, dialogue with this is stupid. So it's going to come down to...
Even with the name, they call it the company. They don't even give it a name. It's just the company. Unobtainium doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. This was a first draft of a script for sure.
James Cameron, I feel bad. We've done the Canadian moment before. James Cameron is a Canadian. He's very talented. He just hasn't. He's really since 2009. I haven't been thrilled with James Cameron. Okay, and this is why. This movie going on, I haven't been thrilled with any of his work.
Has he done anything other than Avatar since 2009?
Probably not. But he's also been an advocate of AI as well, and I hate that too. So get bent, James Cameron.
Good thing we put the Canadian corner up that.
Something positive. I want to try and not rag on this too much because there's lots of good stuff in this movie. Obviously, a movie that makes this much money has to do something right. We could talk endlessly about special effects and all the money that they spent to make it look beautiful. Very few acting moments, very few storytelling moments that I enjoyed. The ones that I did enjoy were a few brief moments with Michelle Rodriguez, but my favorite was probably Sigourney Weaver. She came in, I thought she did a pretty good job. She had a character that had some depth, some reality to her. There were moments where she could have blown up on what's his name, John, Mr. Forgettable White Guy. She could have blown up on Jake Sully. Yeah, okay. She could have blown up on Jake Sully, but instead she takes him out into the jungle. She's playing a chess game with the general. She's trying to manipulate the things in her way and not give anything up. So there was a little bit of depth of storytelling there, but that was kind of it. But Sigourney Weaver, I thought, did a pretty good job. I did not like seeing her as a Na'vi. It was a little bit unsettling for some reason. I didn't mind Jake Sully making the transition. I didn't mind any of the other people making the transition to becoming a Na'vi. But for some reason, watching Sigourney Weaver as a Na'vi was just weird.
That's just a weird personal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't bother me personally, but okay.
Yeah, that's just me. That was just me.
It's your take. I will say we talk a lot about the visuals of this movie because that is a huge part of it. But specifically, the scale of this movie I found really intriguing. And what I mean is, like, at the very beginning when they are mining one of the areas, you can see like the equipment that they're using, and it is massive. It is bigger than anything I've ever seen on Earth. And something about that just kind of got my imagination going in a fun way. There's the scene where I think Jake first becomes a Na'vi, and he's kind of walking around, and you can see how big they are compared to the humans. Because most of this movie, you see either humans in mech suits in Na'vi or just Na'vi. There's not a lot of size comparison between the two on screen at the same time. And a little bit you got, I was kind of like, that's a pretty impressive size difference. Sure, they're throwing sticks and, bow and arrows and stuff, but like they are massive compared to
they're throwing tree trunks.
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that the Avatar didn't develop a video game similar to StarCraft or Warcraft with the characters that they have, because you kind of have a variety of sizes of troops on both sides of the battlefield that would make for an interesting turn-based strategy game or some sort of a RTS strategy game. I thought that would be kind of neat, but to my knowledge, there's no game out there. If there was, it failed miserably.
My brother-in-law played like a I want to say MMO, like an RPG, I guess. Like that was kind of based off MMO gameplay, but I don't remember there being an MMO aspect to it. It was kind of like a single-player fetch quest game, and I was like, this looks awful. Like graphically fine, but like, why are you doing this? I don't understand.
Money grab.
But no,
that's what they did. Why are you playing
it? Yeah, okay, fair.
They did have lots of interesting units that they put into the battlefield. Those sequences were really cool. The battles, just epic stuff, explosions, arrows, dragons whipping by. I did think it was strange how they had this like spaceship / bomber with 2 pallets loaded up with Jimmy Dean sausage that they were going to push out the back to blow up a tree. I thought that was a really weird way to make a bomb.
Choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was these packages of explosive that looked like sausage? That's kind of weird.
I guess they were hoping the Na'vi were going to just leave so that they could just plop those things down nice and easy. They didn't have to have any big rig, fancy equipment, but they had to improvise.
Well, I was gonna say, like, maybe they didn't bring missiles so much as they brought like stuff that you would use for mining, essentially. Like it's repurposed mining equipment. But then they absolutely did bring missiles. So
yes. Every time you saw a flying ship of any kind, it was so ridiculously overloaded with guns and missiles and bombs. It just looked ridiculous to me. It was so I think James Cameron, hey buddy, go. I think James, sorry, it's just like, I think he saw Fern Gully. I think James Cameron just saw these ships and he's like, hey, let's put as many guns on this thing as we can. These characters are one-dimensional. We're going to push that one dimension to the limit. And they did. Those were floating fortresses. I don't know how they didn't just explode half the planet when they set those things down.
I mean, they exploded a lot of the planet in this. I thought a lot of the American military stuff was actually pretty cool. Like, I thought the mechs were actually fairly cool. The gunships were pretty cool.
Well,
like the one that Michelle Rodriguez is flying, like the double helix helicopter kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty sweet.
What's cooler than a man riding in a mech? A man who's able to pull a giant knife out of his mech and use it as a weapon.
Yeah. I did not like the sound of the mechs, though. Every time the sound moved, or the mech moved, I heard Ed 209. And I was like, come on, these are sound bites ripped straight from RoboCop. And they didn't, it really kind of took me out. This is the second time through. I didn't notice it the first time. The second time through, I was like, that's Ed 209 sound effects right there.
That's so interesting you say that. I didn't notice it until this time either. All of the monsters on Pandora were 100% dinosaurs from Jurassic Park.
Park.
100%.
Yep.
And I was like, interesting. I don't remember ever catching that before.
Blew the budget on the cameras. Forgot to get new microphones.
Right. Look over here.
Steven, do you mind if I use your noises?
Don't mind what we're doing over here. Just look at these flashy lights.
Admittedly, it worked because I didn't notice it until I was going through with a reviewer's eye. Like, it's just a patron. I didn't care whatsoever. I was just in the movie. But yeah, going through it and being like, I'm trying to pay attention to the music. I'm trying to pay attention to the cinematography. It was like, wait a second. I've heard that before.
Yeah. James Cameron does action well. He's been doing action well for how many years, right? Since Alien 2 or before even. So
Terminator was first, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So he knows what he's doing in action sequences, and it shows, right? These big action sweeping scenes, really fun. I think there was a freaking, what is it, True Lies call out when the Jake Sully falls off the one thing and he's hanging off of the rockets. Yeah, just like Arnie in that movie, right? Like, I think there's a bunch of different call-outs that he threw into this just because he likes fun action, and he pulls that off. So that's definitely a tick for the good in this movie. If you're in it for the action, there is some good action scenes. There's just a lot of other slower parts of the movie that you have to get through as well.
I don't have.
I don't got a lot either.
Say, right? Like it's for the highest grossing movie. It's pretty paper thin. It's fun. I think it's fun, but we already touched on the acting. It's all okay. We touched on the visuals. They hold up well.
I'll say this. One thing that I really don't like about this movie is that they don't capture the idea of metaphorically transitioning to a person that is incorporating what's around you. Metaphorically transitioning into a person that is at peace with nature and cares about their fellow natives or whatever. What they end up doing is literally changing someone into that. They literally call him a traitor to his own people, and he is. And they end up at the end making me feel bad about being a human being. And I didn't like that. It was not well written in the sense that they wanted to showcase how you could improve yourself by taking on the characteristics of this tribe of people. And instead, they have someone who completely abandons their kind to become one of them and goes so far as to try and murder people of his own kind.
Doesn't that line up perfectly with the other movies you're talking about that this is stealing from, though? Like, isn't that true of Fern Gully, Pocahontas, Dances with Wolves, Last Samurai? Like, aren't you kind of always anti yourself at the end of that movie?
Dances with Wolves, it shows him becoming one of those people, but not completely doing it well. He's still human. They're both still human in Dances with Wolves, so it's not quite the transition.
No,
in this one, he literally ditches his body and becomes one of them and doesn't even look back. And because all of the human characters, or most of the human characters, are so one-dimensionally bad and want to blow up trees throughout the film, it's just too on the nose for me, and it makes me feel bad because I don't know anyone who is that, hey, let's burn down the rainforests. I want to pave roads everywhere. I don't know anybody who actually thinks like the characters portrayed in this movie. It was just too on the nose. And I needed a little more subtlety, and I wanted to be able to go, okay, I get the message, and it's a good message. In this one, there wasn't a message. It was just hit you over the head with a blunt hammer saying, this is what you're bad at, and this is what you should be like. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Are you saying, can you sum this up by saying this movie is woke?
I'm cutting that right out. I'll tell you that right
now. That's not where I'm going with this. This is just
if this movie came out though today, it would be all over the internet.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, if I spit today, people will call me woke. It's so fucking used right now. Like, I just want to stay away from it.
Yeah, this is just bad storytelling, and it's too on the nose for me. And I wanted subtlety. I wanted something that makes you think. And this doesn't make you think. This is the opposite of making you think. It makes you turn your brain off to enjoy the spectacle visuals you see in front of you, and don't worry about the story because that doesn't matter. And that I really don't like.
There was like half a scene when they're blowing up the giant tree where Stephen Lang, the Colonel, is like, yeah, let's go home and get some beer or whatever. And you can see the people in the control module, like Giovanni Ribisi and other people, and they do kind of have a look on their face like, oh, crap.
There was
like,
that girl,
does kind of get real
in
for
the
them.
back, and that girl she's just like, she's about to break down into tears. Probably some of the best acting in the film.
But then, like, they kind of go from that and be like, oh, crap, what have we done? To, oh, right, money, right, like, right away.
Yeah.
So, I agree with you, but I don't know. They could have explored it a little bit more.
It's possible to have all things in a movie. They just didn't choose to do that in this movie. And it benefited greatly as far as making money. So that's why I have no interest in watching the other Avatars, because I feel like they're just going to continue down that path. Will I be pleasantly surprised? Find out next week.
I've only seen the second one once, but I remember liking it a lot more than this one. So I'm legit curious to go back and watch it. Again, I'm not saying it's a phenomenal movie. I just remember thinking like, oh, okay, this is really cool. I will also say I'm a huge fan of the water and scuba diving and stuff like that. So maybe the fact that the entire movie takes place in the water might have helped.
Spoiler alert.
It's called The Way of Water. It's on the poster.
Awesome.
Spoiler
Should we
alert.
rate this thing or what?
I think I'm good. Like, it's gonna be a shorter episode, but honestly, editing Dan is very okay with that.
I think the reason why it's a shorter episode, the reason why we don't have much to say is because there's just not much to say about this movie. Like, it's very, since it came out, since it's been the highest grossing movie, it's been very clear what this movie is. It's all spectacle all the time. That's it. That's why there's not huge essays written about the deeper meaning behind the movie or where the story should go or how anything. The character's mindset, there's none of that because there's none of that in the movie and everybody knows it. And that's, I guess, okay, because they keep making the movies and they keep making big bucks. It's just not okay for this guy. I don't know.
All right, that's cool. Do one of you guys want to tackle the Patreon this week?
I wasn't ready for it.
All right. I got it. If you like what we do and you want to support us, head on over to our Patreon. There's a link down below. Thank you very much to our producers, as well as our executive producers, Real Bubba Hotep and Dino, and our writer, Elder JM 990. Thank you all so much for keeping this. I don't know what you do. Thank you so much.
What was that flash
See if I can edit that.
of Hughes on there?
I haven't deleted it.
Oh,
But it'll get edited.
Oh, yeah. I edit the whole episode heavily. It's fine. It's all fine. All right. I need this screen open, and we'll cut to Brian.
Hit some maths. Let's do it.
okay. So I just kind of racked these numbers up while you were going through that Patreon, Dan. This movie does one thing really well, which is a visual spectacle. It wants you to just pull your eyeballs right out of your head so you can see everything from every angle, and it looks really, really good. Really good. It looks really good. It's 3 hours of looking really, really good, which tends to drag on for me, but all of it looked really, really good. Unfortunately, everything else was really, really bad for me. This movie comes in at a 56 overall for me. This was a special effects bonanza and had no other redeeming qualities, frankly. So if you're okay with going to a movie that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, doesn't have a great story, maybe even makes you feel bad about yourself overall, and tells you that everything you've done in your life is wrong, but looks really, really good, this is the film for you, but it's not the film for me.
Okay. Sometimes, Brian, I just have to hold back so much laughter.
I heard you trying.
It's so funny to me. You're good with your words. You're good with your words.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Dan.
No. It's not that at all. I'm debating if I want to go back and re-edit the last thing of the Patreon, but I can do it later. Because I remember the next week is...
I'll do it this time. Now that I saw that you do it.
No, it's
next
fine.
Week is
I got
the,
this. Next week's the Patreon pick, so we can talk about that and
and the view party on Discord.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'll do it real quick, just the last frame with the head writer, and then we can move on to my rating.
All good. Yep.
And a huge shout out to our writer Elder JM 990. Next week is the Patreon pick. We're going to be watching The Great Outdoors. So if you want to join us over on Discord for the watch party, head on over to Patreon and join at the producer level or above to join us on Sunday night. I was a little bit stilted, but at least got the point across.
That's okay. I thought that was pretty clean.
Yep.
For those more extended on that, this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be watching The Great Outdoors over on Discord. We have a little watch party. This is only the second time that we've done it, but we kind of get together with everybody at the producer level and above, hang out in a group chat, not so we're not interrupting the movie, but if you want to hear our thoughts, we'll kind of type them out and whatnot. Last time we did it with Moon, and it was actually quite a bit of fun. So if you're curious, come join us. Brian also did was it Black Phone randomly as a watch party?
So I'm gonna, whenever I can have the time to watch an entire movie all the way through, I'll come out to studio. I'll throw it up in the Patreon there so anybody can join us, especially if it's a movie that like we have to rent or pay money for or something like that. I definitely want to try and put that in there, give you the value for your Patreon donation. So hopefully we can get 2 or 3 movies every month in there that people can watch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. It's going to be a little bit hard to follow Brian on that one because while I agree with him, I just had more fun with this than he did. Maybe I was okay at turning my brain off a little bit. Maybe I was okay at hating myself a little bit more. I'm not really sure. I think, yes, the movie looks good. We've hit on that quite a bit. The plot is tried and true, but honestly, most movies in Hollywood do that, where they just kind of rehash a story to some extent. It's a way of modernizing it. It's a way of bringing it for a new audience. I watched this with my daughters, and they really enjoyed it, and that definitely helped bring my score up a little bit on this one, because if I can get a fun family night out of it, that's going to increase it. That's what movies are all about, is bringing people together, and when I can do that with my family, that is going to raise my enjoyment of this. The sound, we said, it borrows a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it sounds really good. The cinematics, again, looks incredible. The acting, I don't know why exactly they chose Sam Worthington for this role. I don't know that he's done a whole lot else with his career. He's okay. Sigourney Weaver is good. Michelle Rodriguez actually brought in a performance that I liked. I'm not usually a big fan of hers, but I did enjoy her in this movie quite a bit. Zoe Saldana did a good job. You don't get a whole lot of Giovanni Ribisi, but again, he's an actor I enjoy. The plot, what can we say? It's tried and true. It's paper thin. It's been done. I won't say it's paper thin. It's been done. But the enjoyment level on this one is pretty high for me. And even Brian said, like, this is a 3-hour movie, but I don't know what you cut out of it because it's pretty fun. I don't know. I don't know how to word it. I know just saying it's fun over and over again is not the most the most intelligent thing a reviewer can say. But at the end of the day, this movie doesn't blow you away. But it's a good time. I gave this one a 78.
Nice.
Crickets.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. You had fun. I mean, again, watching it with your family, that I definitely think that would make a huge difference with me as well. So that's totally fair. That's a great excuse to give this a high rating. That came out so wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That came out so wrong. All right. Anyway, back to my rating. Yes, as it's been said, this is a spectacle movie. This is like the epitome of spectacle movies. Does it hit as hard nowadays? Not really as much, because we have the whole Marvel universe, that's CGI city as well. Like, CGI is kind of just taken over with the spectacle movies at the forefront, with the superhero genre just really blasting off and all of those things. So it doesn't hit as hard anymore, I don't think. That said, I think the movies are still going to make big money because people remember this as such an event, and it did change the way movies were made moving forward. So that impact has meaning. For better, for worse. For better, it revitalized and reimagined what 3D movies could be. For worse, we got so many 3D movie slops that it killed my desire to go to the theater at all, because a lot of times they just forced you into a 3D theater, and I despise that. That's now cooled off, so it's all good now. Yeah, what hasn't been said? Nothing. 58 out of 100. Get it out of here. Get me out of here.
Yeah. Sorry, 58?
Yeah, 5'8", yeah.
Okay.
I think it could be that Will and I are just looking for a deeper, more meaningful experience than Avatar was able to produce for us. And if you're okay with, for lack of a better word, a more shallow experience, then you can really have a good time with this film. It's just there are so many things in this that kind of upset me that they just took the low road. A little bit of effort. If you're going to put that much effort into making it look good.
Yeah. If you're down for a popcorn movie, this will fill the gap.
I mean, as I said, this is the third time I've seen it since 2009, 16 years. Like it's not like it's something I go back to.
No, for sure. And I that's the thing. I just don't think people really, is there people out there? Let me know in the comments. Are there people out there who go back to this movie again and again and again? Is this something that they just have to get more of? Are they like, do they have the date of the next released movie on their calendar? They have to go opening night. I just don't.
You do.
No, I don't know who those people are. I'm a little outlier case here.
I was going to say, right now it's us.
bit of a hostage situation, if you will. But I am genuinely curious because I believe I know of one person that I've met in my life who does love this movie and will watch it over and over again. And that's it. That's all out of everybody I know.
Okay, so I did twist your guys' arms to do this one because it's the biggest franchise in the world.
Yeah.
Love it or hate it, it does make the most money straight up. And so with the third one coming out, it just makes sense to have something on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just does. But this is definitely something I was going to see in theaters. Like I know for a fact my twins are looking forward to this. I'm semi looking forward to it. Like I'm going to go see Fire and Ash. Whether we did it on this show or not, right? Like
yeah.
I'm glad I can twist your arm and we get a discussion out of it, but it was going to happen regardless.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to take my kids to see it in theaters so that they can get the 3D experience. I'm not sure if I've ever taken them to a 3D movie. So
there you go.
I'm pretty happy that 3D movies are dead. I'm looking for like the first, like these ones are maybe the exception, but I'm with Will. Most of the time, if there's a movie playing in 2 theaters, I will absolutely take the not 3D one because it's cheaper and it looks better.
This is the only movie I have ever enjoyed in 3D. I have never seen a movie that I wanted to watch in 3D other than Avatar. Seeing it again in my living room still looked okay. I just remember going, oh, I remember they positioned the camera over here so they could show off that effect. That's why this is such a weird angle for normal viewing.
Yeah.
Hit us with your best shot, Avatar.
Oh shit, my bad. 1 second. I have to actually download it first. So here's our list from last week.
Yeah,
1 second.
I'm proud of Highlander holding strong there. You know, they really got a foot in the door at last place.
It's going to be really hard to top that one. We're going to have to like actually try.
We don't have to. I'm good.
No. I'm just saying, like, I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of another franchise that could come close.
Yeah. Especially when we're willing to suffer through.
And so we've got Sunday's the viewing of Great Outdoors. We're going to do that for the next movie as our Patreon pick. And then we go to Avatar 2.
Correct.
Okay.
And then it gets a little wonky after that. We have to kind of figure that because
well, I won't remember it,
unless we watch Avatar on opening night.
Right.
We'll have to pick something else and then do
happen.
No, same, exactly.
Yeah,
like it'll probably be a week later, like we do with Predator Badlands, and go from there. Anyways, okay, I've got it ready to go. So,
all right,
prepare your shocked expressions.
And with that, Avatar comes in just after Evil Dead, but above Beverly Hills Cop at 63. A little higher. I definitely brought that score up against your guys as well, but
yep.
No, you gave your honest opinion, Dan, and that's what counts. That's what we're here to do, is give our honest opinions of these films, whether we agree or not. We don't need to agree on this stuff. And I'm happy with this. I'm happy Evil Dead beat it. I'm okay with it being better than Beverly Hills. There was so much money spent on this, so it had to get somewhere.
There you go. It paid for its spot.
Will it climb or will it fall? That's the real question.
I think it'll climb. I don't think it'll climb high enough to pass Evil Dead.
Okay, so you think it'll be marginal marks up?
I think, again, I've only seen Avatar 2 once, and obviously none of us have seen Avatar 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think the quality of Avatar 2 is higher, so I could see your scores going up from what they are, but I don't think they're going to, like, your scores for Evil Dead are in the 70s. I don't think your score for this franchise is going to be in the 70s. I just don't.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, that's probably good to just call it a day.
Hey, that's the episode.
all right, bye. What do you want from us? All right, that is our rating of Avatar. Check in next week when we're talking about Avatar Way of Water, and eventually we'll get to Avatar Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice? That's not even right. Fire and Ash.
And next week we're talking about Great Outdoors.
Shut up, Brian!
He's going through enough, Brian.
All right. Okay. All right, so that's our rating of Avatar. What do you guys think? Too high, too low? Let us know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your scores are for this movie. Is this just a CGI fest, or was there something a little bit deeper that hit you? I'd love to hear from you. We record this live over at twitch.tv/The Mongoolie Show, so head over there and hit the follow button if you want to interact with us live while we're recording this. Or if you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed it. Hit the like and subscribe buttons so that we see you in the next one.
Want to see all y'all? We want to see all y'all in the next one. Woo! Boo, 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 boo. Anyone in chat? Anybody in chat? Does anybody revisit this movie? I just want to know.
I actually don't know anybody who really likes this film. I don't know anybody who thinks it's amazing. I know most of the people I know went and saw it and felt similar to me.
I know people who give it a higher pass than you guys do, but definitely not like, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Like, even if people are like a yearly watch, that's what I want to know. Is there a yearly watch that people would like, oh, you know what? I like busting out Avatar for the spectacle once a year.
I have a coworker who I know just went through 1 and 2, but I don't know if that's something she does often or if she was just preparing for the third movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dan, do you think that it's fair that Will and I kind of demand audiences try to appreciate a higher quality of film? Do you think it's fair that we...
No, it's not.
Okay. Where's your actual question? I answered. Where's your actual question going? Give me the full.
Yeah,
question.
sorry.
I'm tired of movies like Fast and the Furious that keep getting vomited out over and over and over, where they just build up more special effects, bigger explosions, dumber catchphrases. And I want something that has substance and feeling and it strikes emotion with me other than just awe from the shock of seeing whatever is blowing up on the screen. I want more from every aspect of the movie, not just effects.
Right.
And I feel like we're getting this point where we tend to lean in towards these visual effects. And as we enter the dawn of AI, and I think it was Reminex in chat earlier said, wait till you see AI CGI. And I think if we continue this path, we're going to let robots make our films and they're going to have zero substance and they're going to look visually.
They're trying that right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I think they're taking the soul out of cinema. And I don't want to see that happen. I think things like AI and CGI should be used as a tool to improve the heart of the film.
I think there's going to be a certain amount of one man's slop is another man's treasure. I was hoping to get something better out of it than that. But like, you know what I mean? Like there's going to be things that just hit people a certain way, right? So like,
my kids
like Way of Water, right? Like the next one, Avatar. Again, I've only seen it once. I might take this all back next week and just rag on it. The fact that so much of that movie takes place in the water, I am fascinated with the water. I've always been a big swimmer. I love going in the water. I want to take scuba diving up so badly. Like that speaks to me. Like that, I am more interested in that movie because of that. So if you guys are like, oh my God, this movie sucked, there's a good chance I'll still be like, yeah, but did you see the scene where he's swimming with a whale? Like that was so fucking cool.
Were you a fan of Aquaman?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't even see the second one. That one was baffling to me.
Was there two?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a second one for sure. Waterworld's wonderful. You asked about Waterworld. I watched Waterworld with my parents in the theater, and my dad almost walked out of it. Like, almost took us out of it.
Really?
Well, when they started selling the women, he was like, fuck this. We're not watching this. My parents are very...
right. Religious.
Yeah.
I loved Waterworld.
So that's the only time I've ever seen that movie, and I've wanted to see it again since. I just never really have. So I can't give a great description of that one because I'm like, I think I liked it, but also there was a lot of angry talks on the drive home. So like, I don't know.
That's funny.
But like Abyss, love Abyss. So I don't know. My point is just like, if you love dinosaurs, the only thing you're going to get for dinosaurs really is Jurassic Park. So you might like those movies more than the average person who's just like, this has been here, done there.
Yeah.
If you like fancy cars, you might get more out of the Fast and the Furious franchise than somebody who just wants an action movie. Okay. So I don't think it's fair to demand that people want more out of their movies because they might be getting what they want out of that movie. Now, I don't think it's fair to call Fast and the Furious high-grade cinema no matter how much you like cars. But I'm not going to take away from you that you want to see candy-coated cars with stickers on the side of them go vroom vroom. That's cool. Go for it.
Yeah.
I lost interest in that franchise after about the third movie. Maybe.
And you know what it could be? That there's a certain type of person that enjoys spending money on cinema, and that type of person prefers... I don't want to be insulting here, but honestly,
too late.
A dumbed down special effects film that anybody with two brain cells to rub together can get the gist of the plot. I want something that makes me think. I want something that strikes an emotion in me. And maybe maybe more people like me just don't enjoy spending money going to the theaters and don't rent movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it frustrates me that this film makes so much money when I'm looking at all my little areas of scoring it, and they're all real low except for effects.
Mm-hmm. I think the other problem is
sorry. One second.
Go ahead. Yeah.
When you're talking about that, here's the flip side of that coin, because I'm pretty sure all three of us have seen this and enjoyed Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yet I've heard a ton of people rag on that movie for being stupid and awful and really dumb. And why did it get so many Oscars and awards? And how did it do as well in the theaters? I think that movie's brilliant. I really like it. Now, I am not saying that somebody could necessarily look at Avatar and say that that's as good as something like Everything Everywhere All at Once, but they're definitely.
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once,
and I love it.
Was too deep of a plot for some people to understand.
He's going back to the dumb argument here.
Yeah, maybe the reason they didn't understand it was getting so many nominations is because they were too stupid to figure out what a good movie really is. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. It's true. I think there's a lot of dumb moviegoers out there who don't know that a good film doesn't have to have special effects. Just saying. It's just being honest now. Cancel. This ain't going in the YouTube video. You got to show up on Twitch to hate my ass.
On the flip side, though, it's not completely the audience's fault. The companies also have a lot of they can choose to make movies that have all of those elements you're looking for. But again, they don't make as much money typically in the box office. And that's where the bulk of the money is made. So if you want this deeper intellectual story, you can just watch that at home and get just as good of an experience than going to the theater to watch it, right? And a lot of people want to go to the theater for the spectacle. And that's what's going to make money
screen,
is the big spectacle movie.
They want the effects to really show up.
So why would
my living room doesn't
provide why would the Hollywood producers want to spend the time doing those if they're not going to bring the bank back 10-fold, 20-fold, 100-fold like this freaking movie did, right?
I still think, though, if you're spending $200 million on a movie, what's a few million more to get some good writing into that initial script?
Sure.
Bring it up 10, 15%. I would have really loved this movie with 10 or 15% better writing on these characters and the overall story. It would have made this movie so much better for me, that little bit.
But anyway,
I don't even mind.
All that said, I'm just saying I hate Hollywood and people, okay?
Right.
Audiences and filmmakers alike.
Don't
I hate
forget marketing and advertisement. That really ruins everything in life, okay?
I don't necessarily know if the plot of this one would bother me as much if the writing of it was better.
Yeah, if they had decent character work and actors that could support it. Don't that they didn't have actors that could support it. Maybe save what's his nuts. He wasn't great. The lead was bad. I read somewhere that he was living out of his car before he got this movie, and he's done dick all since this movie, except for Avatar. It's just keeping him afloat.
Okay. Did you know that James Cameron offered that role to Matt Damon?
Yeah, it makes way more sense.
He offered him 10% of whatever it makes.
Oh, shit.
And Matt Damon turned it down, and he would have been the highest paid actor fucking ever.
Forever.
And he's just like kicking himself so hard. Like, I don't know if he's enough. Like, I like Matt Damon. I don't know if he's enough to save this movie or like God tier. If it's still the exact same writing.
No, it
would be a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of a better act. Like the character would be a little bit better, but you can again only get so much out of the writing, right? And that's the
honestly,
biggest.
I didn't have a problem with the actor who played Jake Sully. He did fine. It was the writing of his character that was so bad.
I would agree that he does fine. But that's as high as I'm giving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
end statement. That's so funny. He just he wasn't given anything to work with. So is it the actor's fault? Maybe, maybe not. Has he been in anything else? Not really. So I don't think that bodes well.
I'd like to see him in a few other things and see what he can do, and get a better baseline for this actor.
Yeah,
he's not been in other things I've heard of.
Nope.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
He did some voice work.
Apparently, I mean, he's been in stuff. Oh, Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, I liked Hacksaw Ridge.
I don't
Call
remember.
of Duty Black Ops 2, Wrath of the Titans. I remember watching.
Oh, Wrath of the Titans. I remember that. Okay, yeah.
Avatar, Macbeth. I always get him confused with the lead in Tokyo Drift. I don't know who that actor is, but they both have a very similar look. Terminator Salvation.
Good.
That's right.
So we'll get to watch him again someday.
He was the Terminator who didn't know he was a Terminator. That's right.
Oh, is that? Yeah, It just says Marcus Wright. Spoilers. Jeez.
We'll forget by then because he's forgettable.
Yeah. I mean, we'll definitely do Terminator on this show at some point, but I don't
think so.
We've
done 2 of my 3 favorite franchises. I want to get Terminator on the list ASAP.
Before you quit.
Yeah.
I'm never quitting. You guys can't you're going to have to fire me to get rid of me. I have way too much fun coming in here ripping on movies that make a gajillion dollars.
Fair. Yeah, so we were a little bit late getting started today, and I won't go too deep into it, but it was a busy day at work and then a lot going on in the evening. And then just meltdown after meltdown as I was like trying to get downstairs. I'm just like, it's the one time of the week. Can we just piss off and figure it out? So I walked into this kind of like frustrated and behind and whatnot. And I'm leaving with a big smile on my face, as I do pretty much every week.
I was going to ask you, Dan. I was like, I felt like you almost were dreading Brian and I just ripping into this movie. Was it as bad as you thought it would be?
No, not at all. Actually, I was legitimately dreading this, and there's other franchises that I'm dreading more because I don't have a big emotional connection to this movie.
Right.
Like I like it more than you guys do, but this is not like there are movies where it will hurt my soul if you guys do like a really negative review.
Right.
And like I can remember the Jurassic Park one where I came out like we all had high scores for Jurassic Park, but I came out like perfect. Like this movie is my perfect. Like, this is what got me into loving movies. This is the film for me. And I was thinking about it afterwards, like, are there other movies I would give a perfect score to? And I know both of you are fairly against perfect scores. I am not. And that's not something I've ever said on this show where like, oh, we can't have a perfect score. Sure. I will give a movie a 0 or a 100 if they earn it. And there are other movies, and some of them are in franchises that I'm like, I would flirt with 100. I don't know if I would give them 100 right now, but I would flirt with it for a couple. And if you guys are like, this movie's trash, you're like, oh, okay. Those ones I'm connected to.
There's a lot of older films that I would say I would flirt with 100 also. I think that's a good way to say it. I would flirt with that also.
You came
movies
awfully
that
close with Aliens.
Started franchises that the rest of it I would not flirt with 100, but it was good enough to get a franchise going. And I think there are some really quality films. The older ones especially. We saw that with the Dollars trilogy. Just amazing quality of effort, storytelling, everything across the board on an old movie that did not have 3D or, who cares about it being on a big screen? They probably had it on a 33-inch, black and white TV for half the viewers that saw that movie, and still quality. So I think there's a lot of stuff out there to explore and still get good grades. And I think there's some great movies out there that we can still rip apart too. So I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as per always, I just thoroughly enjoy doing this show with you guys. I enjoy just getting together and hanging out. The one, like, I know for recording purposes, we have to kind of ignore the audience.
Yeah.
But also there are times when I can see the audience talking. I'm like, it just hurts my soul a little bit to not be like, hey, Walt, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. Like,
and we're so used to it too, right? So it's that much harder because we want to engage with them. We're always engaging with them. Well, as much as we can.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like I'm working on a short, or I was debating making a short, basically talking about like, hey, what are some of the things like you hate? Like when you're watching a streamer and they do something, like what's a massive turnoff? And one of them for me is when like the streamer just completely ignores the audience. So like doing it myself 1 hour a week or an hour and a half a week just kills me. Yeah. There was a time after Monday night where I was streaming Resident Evil 3 and we raided out to a guy who was also playing Resident Evil 3. And he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, good. How are you doing? And a moderator deleted my comment.
Oh, I saw that.
And then banned me for like 5 minutes. Like they timed me out. And I'm like, the fuck? And like the guy's like, oh, you have to ignore my chat. They're just like that. They're hazing you. I'm like, I'm not sticking around for 5 minutes after getting banned. Like, fuck you. I'm just like, I just bounced so hard. And it was just one of those like,
weird.
What a weird thing to do. Like, I've never been as off-put as like, I just rated you with my chat. Like, I would never treat somebody else's chat coming into mine like they were hindering us or burdening us.
Exactly.
Even on this show, when we're recording, if we get raided, half the time we'll be like, okay, 10 seconds, guys. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. We're recording a show. And then we'll go back to it. Yeah. But like, good luck to that dude. And like, it was not like he had 10,000 followers and like I came in with 6 people and he's just like, piss off. I could even understand that. He had less subscribers than I did. And I think I tripled his viewers when we rated him. And he's like, oh, stick around until you're not banned. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, forget that.
That's weird. I sometimes feel that.
And they don't say anything. That drives me.
Yeah. I sometimes feel like if I get rated, I'm like, oh, damn. Like my stream is weird. And I'm like, I don't even know what random people are going to think. I mean, I love my chat and they're fun, but they're obnoxious sometimes and it's all good. Sure. But I could see my streams, there's lots of pop-ups and things and not a lot of people love that. A lot of big streamers don't have any of that. So I'm like, I'm always like, just me being rated help me or hinder me? Like, I really don't know.
So it's one of those things. Sorry, we're going off on a weird little tangent here.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons big streamers don't do it is because it's a lot easier to make clips if it's a clean showing of what you're doing. Yeah. And I've even debated sometimes where I'm like, I'll be in the middle of something. I'll be like, oh, this is a good clippable moment. And then something will show up on my screen. I'm like, all right, never mind. That's gone. Yep. So like, there's a part of me that's like, okay, do I take off some of the redemptions to make better shorts? Or do I leave the redemptions the way they are because the audience enjoys them? And I'm at the end of the day, I'm here to interact with the audience that's here with me, not the audience that may or may not watch it
the video
down
later,
the road.
Yeah.
So like I'm leaving the redemptions there, but there's that part of my brain that's like, fuck, that was such a good moment until X happened.
Right.
Sometimes I go into somebody's stream. This used to happen a lot at ZKGs or Bendables. I would go into their stream. And it's just shit popping off everywhere.
Yeah.
And ZKG will be like interviewing somebody, and his screen is going ballistic with stuff, and he's not even paying any attention to it. I'm like, how can you watch this? It's total pure chaos. You know, I think he's toned it down quite a bit. Bendable as well. Bendable is still pretty messy over there. Love those guys, but it's so
it gets
much
chaotic. It gets chaotic. And that's why, like, most of my redeems, like ZKG does full screen stuff. Most of mine are like corner redeems.
Yeah.
And I specifically do that so it doesn't get too chaotic. But I literally, like yesterday or whatever, came up with a way to turn off redemptions, turn off sounds, turn off floating emotes that I can just command in through StreamerBot and just lock it and then unlock it. So if I want to do something productive I could. Will I ever do something productive, chat? Will I ever do something productive? Not a chance.
Oh, see, I just go into power-ups and channel points and just turn off all redemptions.
Yes, not all my redemptions are through that because of HUD effects. Or I had like stickers and things that are all on. So there's a lot of stuff that can still go up. And I still haven't got everything because chat finds a way. Chat always finds a way. But I've got the majority.
Doesn't come up when I turn it off.
No, yeah, I do that when you have to manually turn off.
Oh, but like the exclamation point stuff, you can still chat, command it. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
So I found a way to turn off all those redemptions because I have everything set up through StreamerBot now, but chat will still continue to get points. Because if you turn off all your redemptions, chat also doesn't gain their points. And I feel bad about that.
I need to get StreamerBot going. It's such a good way to go. It just takes forever to set it up.
It does take a long time to set up. Yeah.
But once you know what you're doing, it's incredible. Like I lost StreamerBot. Like I had a power outage like 3 weeks, a month ago.
Right.
And it, for whatever reason, screwed StreamerBot up entirely. I had to completely uninstall it, reinstall it, start from scratch. Ooh. But the second time when I already knew what I was doing, it was so fast to go through. Because like it's hard to learn, or it's frustrating to learn for somebody who doesn't code at all. But the second time around, or to do it, like I can do it on the fly now, because like during the anniversary, that was one of the things. Like you can just tell me to make a redemption, and it's like
somebody will clip something, and you can just make it into a clip. Yeah.
Will, I'd love it if we could talk about that behind the scenes though, because that's
yeah. Shoot me a message, and I'll try my best. I search a few places. Like some streamers are like, "Hey, download this thing and upload this code," and I was like, "Well, this seems complicated." But then I found some Reddit post somewhere that it kind of explained it. So yeah, I'll try to get you that info because it is handy.
Yeah. If you found it on a video or something, that'd be perfect, because then I can go through it and like pause, rewind, and do what I need to do. But that sounds great, because like there are so many times where it'd be like, I wish I could just turn everything off and just do my thing, and then
exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's good. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. I think I have to peace out myself.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. I should also
as well.
Okay, I won't raid one of you guys then.
Yeah, don't raid
Appreciate
me.
you.
Like I normally do.
I forgot I was live. Fuck. I never do this.
Yeah, usually you and I just sort of talk behind the scenes after everybody's gone.
I know. I can't. How do I raid somebody? Monguli.
I'm sending some people over to Comrade Red. He's playing some Rivals right now. So if you're on my stream, you'll head over there. If you want to go someplace else, go there, or whatever you guys want to do. But I'm calling it a night because my kids are probably still up. I know my wife went to bed early and didn't put the boys to bed, so they're up way past their bedtime.
Oh yeah, thank you, Brian.
So thank you, gentlemen. It was wonderful, and I'll see you guys at the watch party.
Cheers.
Yes, Windstorm, we ranked our movie already. I think it's sat at a 63. 63. Yeah, overall for the first Avatar.
Yeah. All right.